Namaste. One of the great questions in life that's asked by everyone at some point in their life or other is, why am I here? What is my life's purpose? Many people ask this at a point when they really don't know why their life is going the way it is. They may be suffering from some sort of problem, some sort of emotional response. They really don't know why they're here. Funny, nobody asks this question when things are going swimmingly. Everything's happy, the marriage is great, the children are lovely. Nobody asks this question, why am I here? They just enjoy it. This question comes about when you have a moment of contemplation. And although this is a question that must be answered individually, it is possible to take some input from the wisdom traditions of the past in their understanding of why we are here on this planet with this particular life amongst our particular friends and family. And in order to understand this better for ourselves, this video is designed to teach a little bit about how our current life fits in with the entire scheme of things. This is really talking about the doctrine of karma. Karma is a word that is often misused here in the West. People talk about, oh, my bad karma, or it must be my karma that's doing this. Karma is a Sanskrit word that means action. And therefore, that is the only way that this word can be used. Action. Why is action used? Well, we're always performing an action in order to live. We get out of bed, an action. Brush our teeth, an action. Go downstairs and have breakfast, action. In fact, every breath we take is an action. And every action that we perform has a result. Seems simple enough. So, every action has a result. In fact, the whole of life is a whole series of actions with a result. Then we take what happens and feed it back and this becomes the loop of life. So here we have evaluation. We take every action, we see what the result is of that action, we evaluate, do we like it, do we not like it, and based on that we take our next action. This is the cycle of life. Every time you do anything. And what the wisdom tradition says, that every result generates effectively a consequence. And this consequence generates effectively a pool I've drawn it as a pot here, a pool of consequences that are stored during one's lifetime. Remember, every action that you perform is as a result of your own will. When you get out of bed, you decide whether to put your right foot or left foot down on the ground first. You decide every action that you perform in your life, and every action has a consequence. That consequence is known as agami karma. A-G-A-M-I. A-M-I, karma. Now this agami karma is twofold. One is beneficial. And beneficial karma, karmic results, is called punya, P-U-N-I-A. There's also non-beneficial karma. So, non-beneficial karmic results is called papa. So this agami karma that's accumulated during one's lifetime as a result of the consequences of actions that you performed in your life is stored, and it is used to influence actions in your life. This is what is known as you sow, so shall you reap. If you do good, then goodness comes back to you. If you perform bad actions, expect there to be consequences of those actions. And that will affect your life, your current life. So in this way, one can judge, this is what the wisdom traditions taught about the doctrine of karma. They can judge that one should lead a good life. But this accumulates the whole time. And at some point, we will leave this life. And when we do that, then this agami karma goes with us. And it accumulates in a giant vat in the ether, in the field, in the astral space. Whatever you think of as the energy, the total energy from which we're all derived. Some people might call it God, some people may call it spirit, but it's the energy source that is the source of everything. And there, all of our karmic results from a number of lives are accumulated. And that accumulation of karmic results is called sanchita karma. S-A-N-C-H-I-T-A karma. Why is it there? It is there so that it forms the basis of the karmic results that you're born with. Now, for the first time, we're getting an inkling of why we're on this planet. Because in rebirth, what happens is that you are born with a certain set of karma. It's as if you've taken a withdrawal from sanchita karma, and this withdrawal with which you are born is called par rab dha karma. Pra rab dha karma. And as a result of this, you are born. It's important to understand this. So this is a withdrawal from the sanchita karma. It's only a partial withdrawal. This contains a whole series of punya and papa karmic results. And your body is designed so that it can exhaust this karmic result. In order to do that, you are born of a certain race, of a certain nationality, of a certain gender, to certain parents, and with a certain ability. So this is the fundamental basis of you being here, so that you may exhaust the prarabdha karma with which you are born. Your environment is created so that you can execute this prarabdha karma. And this prarabdha karma is like a bow with an arrow, and the arrow is fired, leaves the bow at the time of birth, and as long as the arrow is in flight, you are exhausting the prarabdha karma. When the arrow reaches the target or falls to the ground, then this life is over and you go round the cycle again. So, this is the reason that you're born. And this forms the basis, if you like, the railway track lines during which you, the great locomotive, can go. You can go in any direction, any speed, forwards and backwards, but only if there's track lines. As humans, we can't fly. So our actions are limited to non-flying, therefore we need to get an aeroplane to fly. So in this way, we are set up with an environment that will allow us to get into this cycle, the cycle of life, to perform actions. The prarabdha karma defines major aspects of your life. It's what some people would call destiny. How you're going to do at school, who you're going, main characters in your life, including your spouse, including your children. This is part of the prarabdha karma. This is why you're on this planet. And you're on this planet with that environment in order to exercise free will and see which actions to take during your lifetime. Now, what does this all mean? It means that we are here not as a result of some third party who've decided that we're going to be male or female, that we're going to be this nationality, we're going to have intelligence at this level. You are here as a result of your past actions. There is no one else to blame for why you're here. And if you appear to be in exactly the same environment as somebody else, but they do better than you, is because their prarabdha karma with which they were born is different to the prarabdha karma with which you were born. So what does this teach you? This teaches you acceptance. Acceptance of what I am, where I am, how I am, and to move forward from this moment to see what action can I do best. The best action available to me, the path of least harm, so that I accumulate as much punya karma as I can to live a good life, a whole series of actions, and that when my life is over, I may then accumulate into the sanchita karma so that my next life, when I'm reborn, I can come back in as a better person. Better. There is no such thing as good or bad. It's the experience that you wish to have in your lifetime that you use to determine this. Now, is this true? It can't be proven, but really, does it matter? This is a model that the wisdom traditions had, and they call it the Doctrine of Karma. And they use this model. You can look at this model and you can say, does it make sense? Is it logical? Does it help me understand where I am today and what I need to do? And if it does, then it's useful. Accept it. If you cannot bring yourself to think about death and rebirth, the fact that whole life is a cycle, then it won't work for you. But many people believe that good actions lead to good results. So you can believe part of this sequence. It also means that there is no third party involvement in why you are here. You are here because of yourself. What you've done in the past many lifetimes has accumulated and resulted in what you are doing now. So, acceptance of who you are and a way to move forward and go through life so that you do least harm to others. Try to be beneficial to yourself and everybody around you. That is the doctrine of karma, and that is why we are on this planet. Namaste.